Hey guys, Josh here, and I just played the demo for Overthrown, an upcoming chaotic city builder with farming, resource management, combat, and up to 6 players co-op. In this video, I'll show you how my experience was, and it should give you a pretty good idea of what you can expect from this game. Overthrown is developed by Brimstone and published by Maximum Entertainment, who are kindly sponsoring today's video. If you're interested in trying out the game for yourself, there is currently a free demo available on Steam, so feel free to check it out using the link in the description. Let's get started. I create a new world and I can choose between two maps, Seaside Cliffs or Foothills. The default is Seaside Cliffs, so I go for that, and I pick single player because I don't have anyone to play with, but I imagine that friends would probably make everything a lot more fun. Here's my character. This game will release in early access, so there might be more customization options later. But for now, I can change the color of her outfit, and I go for this green one. I can run around with WASD, dash with control, and I was not expecting this, but if I press and hold shift, I get into this super crazy fast mode where I can drift. It will take some time getting used to, but it seems like it will be very useful to explore the world. I pick up this crown, and I'm now officially the Queen of Seaside Cliffs. My first task as a Queen of Seaside Cliffs is to build a town hall, so I do that via the build menu, and right away I have 3 citizens eagerly waiting for work, so I build a sawmill and one of them walks there right away and gets to work. One thing I find interesting with this game already is that usually with city builders you have this top-down view and you rarely get to control a character directly, but here you do control your character, so it's like a mix of a third-person adventure open world and a city builder. My little worker is cutting wood, and I decide to help him since I don't have anything else to do. I don't even need an axe or anything, I just punch a tree a few times, it falls down, I punch it some more, and I receive wood that gets transferred to the town's storage. It is a bit time consuming, but it works. And then I discovered the efficient way. I lift my sawmill, I literally lift up the whole building, and I start running towards the trees with it, and it just eats everything up. That is where the chaotic part of the game comes in. You can pretty much pick up anything, throw anything, and use their physics and functions to your advantage. This also means that if you want to change the layout of your town, it is very easy to move things around, but you gotta be careful as buildings do take damage when you put them back on the ground, and repairing them does cost resources. Every minute that passes, I gain a certain amount of knowledge points for each of my workers, and I can use those points to progress in the research tree. The first research I do is called Frontier Settlement, which unlocks 6 new buildings. A townhouse for my citizens to rest, a soup kitchen for them to eat vegetables, an outhouse where they turn these vegetables into fertilizer, a pantry for farmers to work at, and a storehouse for storage. I build everything except for the storehouse as I don't have much to store at the moment, and each building costs a lot of wood. My other 2 citizens take jobs at the kitchen and pantry, so everyone is being productive. I then realize that the houses need to be heated, so I build a charcoal kiln which transforms wood into fuel. A brand new citizen moves in right away to take that job, but now I have a deficit of 3 wood per minute, so I build a second sawmill to hopefully make up for it. I've got other problems to deal with, however, because even though my pantry worker is able to find a few wild vegetables for the kitchen, we are not growing any of our own yet, and I don't want a food shortage. So I research farming, which gives me the ability to place these garden plots, and to use the fertilizer, yes, the fresh fertilizer from the outhouse, to plant some pumpkin seeds. The outhouse doesn't produce much fertilizer, and I want a cleaner alternative, so I build this giant composter, which will make enough for my time with this demo, but I do have to wait a bit for the production to start running. So in the meantime, I research butchery, which will not only provide another food option for my citizens if I find meat, but it also gives me this great sword to use in combat. And I will need that sword because in 1 day and 20 hours, there will be the very first raid of outlaws. But first, the fertilizer is ready, I plant some more pumpkins, and I end up with 12 of them growing. Whenever I play games like these for the first time, it's always hard to tell what is not enough, what is too much. I had quite a bit of fertilizer left, and that maybe should have been a sign. I felt like 12 was a good number of pumpkins, but if you do play this demo, keep in mind that 12 is not a good number of pumpkins. I don't know that yet, however, and there's only 1 day, 7 hours left before the raid, and I'm not ready. I can hire soldiers to help defend the settlement, but in order to do that, I need components. Components are made by a smithy using ingots, ingots are made with ore in a furnace, and ores are collected by building a mine over rocky terrain. That is quite a chain to achieve in one day, so I get to work. Despite having 2 sawmills, I'm always short on wood, so I lift up one of these sawmills and I run around until I have enough for all of the buildings I need. I will now be making 1.5 component per real life minute. I need 10 for my soldier and I have 19 in-game hours left. I'm not quite sure if 1 real life minute equals to 1 in-game hour, but I think we should be fine. Meanwhile, I build some more houses and I unlock milling, which allows me to plant some wheat and build an ale house, which produces beers to keep citizens happy. Once again though, I don't know how much is enough and I don't plant nearly enough wheat. In better news, I have enough components to hire my first soldier, more specifically a halberdier. I've been trying to avoid saying that word, but anyway, I have someone to help me with the raid. And so here it starts, all of my villagers are running back to their house, and I have 11 outlaws to eliminate. Never mind 10 outlaws. No, 9 outlaws. I'm not too sure what's happening, but a few of them somehow die before I can even find them, and my halberdier has nothing to do with it since he's just standing there not moving. So I lift him up, gotta get him to work, I throw him into the battlefield, which happens to be my field of wheat, so as we get rid of the outlaws, the wheat is also getting destroyed. More outlaws are coming, some are shooting rocks at me and destroy my newly built ale house, so my people won't have anything to drink to wind down after the raid, and things are not going well. But I do make it through and then the season changes. It is fall, my pumpkins and the wheat I have left are ready to harvest, I go get some wood and I repair the ale house. I also build more houses, more charcoal kiln to heat up these new houses, and I end up with a deficit of 9 wood per minute. That's when things are really starting to go downhill, but I pretend everything's fine and I place down some paths to decorate my town. Hopefully, if things look cute, my citizens won't mind too much the shortage of wood that's needed to heat up their house. They're also going to be short on food really soon, but look at that, we have a street. Be grateful for the street. In order to fix the food situation, I double the size of my fields. I'll have to wait a whole season for the crops to grow, and I think it's the best I can do until I stumble upon my first wild animals who give me some pieces of meat. We're completely out of veggies at this point, but this should allow my people to survive a bit longer. On the left side of the screen, there is a list of problems. So my citizens are stressed, 6 of my buildings need to be repaired, I'm 7 meals short, and some of my houses are not heated. It keeps flickering between 4 and 22, so I'm not sure how many exactly, but I know it's too many. So I build 5 extra sawmills, I have 7 or 8 in total, and I hope that will fix the wood shortage, and as a result of that, the fuel shortage. But there's probably something I'm not understanding or doing right, and I'm not seeing too much of a difference. To make things worse, as I place these sawmills, I find a camp of poachers, they kill me, and I lose my beautiful crown. Now, this girl is running around with my crown. I don't know if that gives her superpowers or removes any of mine, but I think that if you play this game with friends, you will be able to fight each other for the crown. I get my crown back, I eliminate all of the poachers, and I destroy their camp for a bit of wood and other resources. There's going to be another raid in 24 hours, and things are not looking great for my kingdom. To lift my people up, I give them some street lights. My town is a huge mess, but at least now it's bright. And I start to think that maybe I should have just left my crown to that poacher. No, you know what? I can't give up. I can't let my people down. So I build a hunting tower to protect the fields during the raid, and I take advantage of that extra protection to increase my wheat production. While I do that, some of my sawmill and houses get destroyed. I don't know why. And as a result, people are unemployed. I don't have any wood left to repair anything, everybody's stress is at 97%, and me too. My brain is looking just like that one right now. I don't have time to think though, the outlaws are coming for the crown. Please take it. No, don't take it, I got this. I thought that someone would be operating the hunting tower, but like most things, I have to handle it myself. And actually I'm glad because it's so much fun. I can just aim, shoot, and I eliminate all of the outlaws one by one. None of them even got anywhere close to my town. So after that, usually winter would come and everyone would most likely freeze or starve due to my mismanagement, but you won't have to see that because the demo is over. Honestly, what a chaotic 90 minutes I had with this demo of Overthrown. I love the combination of city building with the third-person perspective, the unique features like being able to throw things around or to carry a whole sawmill to cut trees. There are so many city builders out there, but I feel like this one is different enough to be worth a try. The management aspect of it is a bit difficult, part of it is probably just me not understanding certain things, and it would have been a lot easier if I had just planted more crops earlier on. I think that if I played it a second time, while being a little bit more mindful of not building too many houses and things too quickly, I would have probably done a lot better. Also keep in mind, this game will release in early access first, so I imagine that a lot more tutorials and things like that will be added later on. I had so much fun though, and I could see this being even more fun with friends, where you're fighting for the crown or working together. Once again, thanks a lot to Maximum Entertainment for sponsoring this video, thanks to Brimstone for making such a fun game. Feel free to check out the demo for yourself by using the link in the description, and then let me know if your experience with Overthrown was any different than mine. Leave a like and subscribe if you'd like to see more content like this, and I'll see you all in the next video.